Alrighty, this is Cooking with JoJo, episode 3, maybe 4. Kinda depends on how you look at it. Today, we're gonna be cooking something real nice, high quality, for all of us here. And I just got done moving mulch in my uncle's yard. And something kinda needs to go with it. Sorry for my dogs, can't get them to shut up. And we're gonna cook something real high quality. But man's work. No, not really. It was moving like 300 pounds of mulch maybe. High quality steak. So this has been inside of the refrigerator with a dry rub on it. And we're waiting for the steak to get to room temperature right now. And so we're gonna wash our hands. You gotta make sure to wash your hands good, because you don't want to infect your meat. And so you let the steak rest for about an hour, maybe 2 at the most, outside of the refrigerator, so that it can get to room temperature, so that you can cook it without it really burning the outside and not warming up the inside. And so this is about room temperature. All I have on this is some garlic powder, of course, pepper, and then you have some of this cowboy rub on it. It tastes alright. And the tiniest bit brown sugar. And that kind of brown sugar adds a little bit of a savory taste. Savory, sweet kind of a taste. So, hey Leo. And so this meat has been resting, and it's finally about room temperature. Oh, I forgot to close the lid on the grill. And we're gonna wait for this grill with this broken thermometer to heat up high enough that we could cook the steak. And we're gonna nice and warm. Clean the grill. Cleaned it last night after cooking, so it shouldn't be that bad. Tested this out last night, and we're gonna take the steak and we're gonna lay it. And this is how my grill works. It goes lowest, medium, highest, and this is low, medium, high, hot, high, very high. And so we're gonna put it right here, about medium high, and we're gonna close it. And we're gonna let that sit for 4 minutes. And so while that is sitting, we're gonna go inside and steak and potatoes. And so we're gonna get a cutting board for over here. We already have oil in the pan, but it's not ready to cook yet. And we're gonna grab a potato, nice sized potato, and we're gonna wash it off just to get the dirt off the outside. And so we're gonna let that kind dry off there, and we're gonna dry the potato itself. This is how we're gonna do it. This isn't gonna cut very well. I'm gonna put you down for a second just to cut it down the middle, so that this can be cut easier and cook better. And we're gonna grab a second smaller potato Well, I guess it's gonna be the same size. Wash that. And we're gonna dry it. And we're gonna cut that one as well. I'm gonna show you the cuts. So we want to cut down the middle. And since that was kind of a larger potato, we cut it into thirds. I should turn on light. It's not easy for you guys to see. We're gonna turn on the light, and then we're gonna cut into thirds on that. On each one. So we're gonna have to kind of adjust, since I cut at an angle by accident with this one, that these ones will go in last so that they cook the fastest. I'm just gonna cut this like that for every one. Oh, that one's a tough one, huh? Oh no, don't eat the potato skins. Potato skins, totally fine, man. That's a top quality potato right there. Actually kind of sweet, surprisingly. So we're gonna take these. We're gonna go check on the steak. That's what you kind of want. We should see if it lifts up easy. Oh, see, it's getting stuck right there. So we're gonna let that sit for a little bit longer. Then we're gonna go back inside. And washing these potatoes off is completely optional. I personally don't believe you have to, because it gives it a flavor. I don't know how to describe it. So we're gonna take our oil. And I made stuff with it last night, but it's still good to use since we're heating this up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what, I think 214 Celsius. Let's check this little conversion chart. We don't have a conversion chart. Okay. So we're gonna heat this up. Purple. Actually red, but purple. We're gonna wait for this to heat up. You don't really have to perfectly get to 300. What I recommend is, I'm gonna grab this. I just put more into the sink. They'll clean, don't worry. It's just to get a spin like this, and we're gonna drop it in. And you don't have to get to 300 exactly. You want to get it over it, probably 325, because when you put the potatoes in, it's going to start cooling down the oil. And once the oil starts to cool down, it's going to take longer for it to heat up. And as prep work, we're going to get 2 plates and a bowl. And so on the first plate, you don't want anything on it. You're just going to move your plates over here. Oh, you're going to move plates. You're going to move your potatoes over onto the plate. And you're going to put this on the back, not on. And you're going to take your second plate, and you're going to put a 2-layer down of paper towel. 3-layer is the best after testing a bit last night. So I'm going to put 3-layer just to be safe. And why won't that stay down? So why does that wants to coil up? Flatten it out so that stays on there. You're going to put that on the right of the oil. You're going to have to put you down. real quick. You just want to clear the space as I should have done before. Put your paper towels down, then we're going to lower that to low, and we're going to go check on the meat. Oh, out of the way! And then we're going to check on the meat, see if it lifts up real easily. Get up. Look at that. Okay. Now all of it is lifting up. That feels almost done, so we're gonna go this is a bad thing to do, but you don't want it burning. It's kind of burning my knuckles. Oh no. Well, we lost some of it. As you can see, we lost a lot of it. I'm gonna flip it over on top of our highest burner. We're gonna rip off this piece, stick on the very back, which will burn the hardest. See, it's kind of caught on fire. I'm gonna put that in for the dogs. Dogs love kind of rare meat. Dogs love raw meat. Dogs love any meat. I'm gonna kind of check this. Then we're gonna get the thermometer. My headset's coming off a little bit. And we're gonna check it. I'm kind of new to cooking or to frying stuff up with the oil, so I do want to get it high up. First time, 2008 actually, I think. Tried to make French fries for the first time. Oh, you can hear my dogs. So that's not quite ready yet. 195. So we're going to increase that a little bit, and we're going to go back out to the meat. Oh, you're going to hear them barking a lot. And you're going to want to check the meat. Look at that. That's just about done. So you want to grab all of it and put it inside this bin. Just put that out there real quick. And you're gonna bring it inside, and you're gonna take this out of this bin. You're gonna put it on a cutting board. So you can see what I'm trying to do. And this, you're gonna want to put it somewhere. I'm gonna try and put it in my microwave. I don't know if it's big enough. Now you're gonna let that in there and let it sit for at least 10 minutes. I'm gonna do 12. Don't touch it. Don't poke it. Don't prod it. Don't try and lift it up. Just let it sit. It will finish cooking, and then we're gonna turn this up to high so that this starts cooking. And so we're gonna take this, and we're gonna wait for this to get up to high. Once it gets to high, we're going to drop these into there. 4 at a time, maybe 5 if you can fit it. But do it one at a time. You pick up one, you dip in there. You pick up another one, you dip in there. If you put it in all at once, it will just clump together and not be good. And so, we're going to let this sit. We're going to let this sit. We're going to let this rest. Actually, I lied. We're not going to let this sit. We're going to check the temperature. Turn off hold. 163, 172. Yeah, I've gone kind of quiet. And so we're gonna just wait for this to get up to 300 degrees. So we're gonna let that sit for, I wanna say 20 20 seconds maybe. And so we're just gonna watch it. Watch this, watch this. Hello. Hello. That one, he's a fighter. 20, 21. I'm sorry you can hear my dogs. They're annoying, I know. Hey! Shut up! They don't listen. They're not good dogs. Not like him. He's deaf, nearly blind, and... well, I don't... he's deaf for sure. He doesn't listen to anything. Hey! Hey! Oh, you can hear something, apparently. So we're gonna check the oil again. What is the smoking point of vegetable oil? Is it 500? I want to say 500. Oh yeah, this is vegetable oil. So, you know. I just used what was left in the bottle. Okay. 20 seconds, raised it 50 degrees. And so it's going to raise even more. And you are going to get oil spillage taking it in and out with this. So my stove does this. You want to do a small burner, I just find it easier on this large burner. It's easier to wipe up on that part than on this part. And so if you turn on large burner, which mine can do with a little switch back here, you want you want to get to the kind of warm, so that when the oil hits it, it kind of, I don't know how to explain it, solidifies in a way. So these, you want to kind of make sure that these are pretty dry before you put them in. That's why I'm saying washing's optional, because if you wash it, then you have to do whatever with the paper towel to dry it. I'm not touching it, I'm just feeling above it. I would say that's just about ready. And so we're going to take our spoon. This is much easier with two hands, by the way. We're going to put this part on there. And we're just going to want to drop that in. That's what you want to look for, is this kind of boiling. And we're going to take our spoon. We're going to put another one on it. Man, this is some shoddy camera work. And the bigger it is, the more it will cool it down. And so I'm kind of putting in the big pieces first, just because they're going to take longer to cook, and so, you know, all that crap and whatnot. You're going to want to make sure that these are separate, which they are. And I think I can fit one more piece in there, and so I'm going to grab this wedge right here. And I want to lay it down. And now we are going to wait 4 minutes until this is done cooking. And, whoops, dropped the fridge magnet. Oh, my back. My back, my back, my back. All that working. Alright. You guys are gonna hate me now because this is Cooking with JoJo. It's raw and uncut except for this episode that I'm planning, that I'm gonna dub over because, or not planning. It's an episode I filmed February maybe? March. It was the perfect hamburger. And all my audio for some reason was just buzz. And so I'm going to have to figure out a way to dub over that. I'll make sure you kind of move these around from time to time so they don't get stuck on each other. I should be laying this down on top of the paper towels. Check the temperature. Oops, forgot to turn that down from high. And so we're gonna... Man, that's not safe. Yeah, 309. Move that back low for a little bit. Raw and uncut. God, this is gonna take forever. Okay, bring this up to 4. And so you just kind of want to look for them to get... Oh snap, this was way too hot. Well, they're not supposed to do this yet, but now I have no choice but to let them sit in this boiling oil for a little bit. So you're supposed to cook them at 300 and then move up to 400. 300 then 400. And when it gets up to 400, it starts crisping it up like fries. And then it has a soft middle. Surprise! It was too high. I misjudged. So we're gonna turn down low. And then we're gonna just let this sit. Probably gonna burn a couple of these. Well, now we have to wait for it to get into the middle and kind of warm it up, break down those proteins, or starches. Whoops. Break down those starches so that they get kind of softer and easier to eat. But we definitely do not want to burn them. So we're gonna hope that this is good enough. We can check it after it's done. We're just gonna let that cook for a second. Lift these out. I don't know if it's you're able to hear it on your audio, but through my ears I can I heard them squealing after I took them out. This is what you do, vegans. You're eating this. They had families. See, that's rising too quickly. 306, 310, 314, 317. It's probably gonna get to 350. Crap. Okay, it's not that high up. So now we're gonna wait for that to cool down a little bit. Oh, I only have one left. Please help my family. These poor potatoes, they had families and now we've butchered them all for sick needs to eat. We could have just eaten them raw. Not had to torture them. We're gonna see what happens to this. Oh, look at that. That was a thin slice if you didn't see it. I'm just gonna pull it out for a second, which is a bad idea, but thin slice. We're gonna submerge it, let it cook. See what it turns out like. I bet it'll be pretty tasty. Oh, it's stuck to my metal spoon since it's hot. Don't want to burn my fingers here. It is like a 300-degree spoon now. Alrighty, so we're gonna... Our bowl. This is what our bowl was for. Stop. Was to transfer these potatoes that are supposed to be cooked and look like that into there. And then this is what you're supposed to normally do. This is definitely cooked. Is you're supposed to take it out and you're supposed to put it on the plate. Okay, we're going to turn this up to high. And look, we're just... this is definitely going to splash on me. You know, if we just... Oh snap, I actually did. Get a couple of these in here, a little bit of different variety. Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I stepped on my dog's foot. Oh. I know. Oh, jeez. Raw and uncut. You guys are gonna not hear this, though. Well, hopefully that actually did mute the audio. If not, you guys definitely didn't hear. That was my mom that was calling. So we're gonna take a visual look at that. That's done cooking. Alright, we're gonna keep it in the microwave to keep it warm. We're gonna want to focus on these things now. What do they call these? Steak fries? I'll show you the secret why they call them steak fries. Steak seasoning. You put it on the fries, and then you take some of this. Can't see it much here. You take some of the juice from around the steak, and you pour it on top. Industry secret. Okay, while these are cooking, oh my god, I forgot to turn off the grill. I'm an idiot, huh? Hey, dog. Yeah, look at that. Look at the top. That's smoke. Well, not that's hot oil, technically. This is the stuff that's on top of it is basically what that's hot liquid smoke is like. Look at that. We're gonna reach down under. Hopefully it didn't heat up the undercarriage too much. Cooking my face, cooking my fingers. Well, close that door. Shut it all the way. Wow, this is hot. Okay, we're gonna have to scrape it down. Let it rest, let it rest, let it rest. Scrape it, scrape it, scrape it. Let it rest. This is really hot. I know, shut up. Your dog's an idiot. Wow, that's hot. And then we're gonna... Everything's hot. Take this meat that's for the dogs. Hey. You want something? I just bit it in half. Look, she wants some. I want some. Can't forget, oh, can't forget this. See, now that's kind of a nice looking potato. No, it isn't. I forgot about it completely. And so we're gonna, little dog wants a little bit. Breaking my own rule, don't touch it, but. I'm sorry I'm eating, but no, you don't see it, but I'm moving my dog away from the little one. I just ripped off a piece of that with my teeth for him, but I'm also eating a little bit.
Oh, I'm so bad.
And now I'm gonna kind of rant. Okay, so I had Pappy John's today for me and my brothers, and I found on the website that you can order up to 50 of each packet, and so I did that. This is what Papa John considers 50 of his packets. Delivery guy said, my manager said I can only give you 10 of each. I used we used a couple of these. And so it was like, oh, I understand, but blah blah blah, 50 packets. I mean, if it wasn't just me and my brothers and it was a party, oh my kidding, I don't throw parties, but if it was a party and you ordered that for the party, you only got 10 for however many people will be at your party. And that would have been a bad time. Oh, move those kind of bad. Make sure they don't stick together. And so if I didn't want to, or if I wasn't okay with it, I would have called up the manager I'm like, well, I'm gonna see what happens if I order only 50 of these and 50 of these. They're free, by the way. You just have to pay the delivery cost. Or you could pick it up at the store, but the Papa John's is like 2 miles that way. You don't see what that way is. That's west, southwest. And it's only a mile and a half. It's like, oh, that's not so bad, but it's also across a 4-way highway that doesn't have a crosswalk until you go 6 miles that way to the south. So I rode my bike over to that kind of area before to buy some Subway because it's tasty. And it took me 6 hours to get there. And I left at 12 and this was winter, so it was like an hour before dark, and I don't want to ride next to a highway when it's dark, because that's how you get hit. And I mean, I was wearing a neon green vest, I had backlights and everything, but you know, idiots and drunk drivers and whatnot. And so these are done cooking. They're squealing. Then again, if you hear those squealing, you're probably hearing a fan in the background. I should have turned that off. My audio is probably ruined. Oh, guys, this is the longest episode yet for just 2 things: steak and potatoes. Uh-oh. That wasn't hot enough. Uh-oh. We're gonna tip this over. Also, not enough oil in the pot. Maybe if we add the other 2, it will squeeze it up enough. Okay, like that's it hitting 270 something degrees. Oh, almost. It raised it a little bit. Oh, that got me a little bit there. Alright, so the top of this is just barely under it. Like you won't even believe. And so we're just gonna wait for this. And we're gonna wait for this. Oh yeah. Well, now that I'm thinking, I probably should make this raw, not raw and uncut. Because looking